Muy buenas friqueros y friqueras y bienvenidos a un nuevo vídeo en el que vamos a reaccionar al nuevo gameplay que han lanzado sobre el Alone in the Dark, el remake o la nueva versión de Alone in the Dark que se va a lanzar este año, que en este caso han querido también con este vídeo confirmar algunos detalles sobre el juego en sí y pues obviamente mostraros un vistazo extendido sobre la parte de gameplay, ¿no? del título en sí. Por ejemplo, en este vídeo, por lo que sé, han confirmado la fecha de lanzamiento, que realmente yo os la confirmé en un short ya previamente, pero bueno, también la vamos a recordar aquí, por supuesto, y también han confirmado a los que van a los actores que han puesto su cuerpo, digamos, ¿no? Que han hecho la captura de movimientos, y han puesto la voz a los protagonistas, ¿no? En este caso de esta nueva versión de Alone in the Dark, que en este caso sí que vamos a verlo ya en este vídeo, sí que también lo he confirmado por otro lado, pero en este caso quiero que, si no lo sabíais, o sea, pues si no os habéis enterado, pues que os enteréis por esta reacción y más cosas que, bueno, en este caso sí que desconozco como tal, o sea, sí que he leído alguna cosa, pero tampoco lo he visto en detalle. Obviamente quería esperar a reaccionar a este gameplay que han lanzado, en este caso THQ Nordic, así que pues vamos a ello. Así que antes de darle caña, eso es lo que tienes que hacer. Dejar un buen like si os gusta el contenido que hacemos aquí en el canal, suscribiros al mismo si no lo habéis hecho ya, activar la campanita de notificaciones y en la descripción os dejaré como siempre mis redes sociales y la lista de reproducción con los tipos de vídeos que tengo en el canal. Muchas gracias por vuestro apoyo como siempre, así que le damos en 3, 2, 1, play. Tenemos un gameplay, un vídeo larguito, o sea que obviamente va a haber bastantes cositas. Alone in the Dark Spotlight. Vamos a ver.
Don't say his name. He can hear you.
Ambientado en los años 20, eso sí lo puedo decir. El juego. Esta es la fecha. 25 de octubre.
Last night I dreamt that my uncle hung himself in the attic, that we were too late. The house
Protagonistas:
looked different, but it was still called Dorsetto.
Jodie Comer y David
Definitely a
Harbour.
weird place. Feels like I've been here before. I just can't think why.
Let's not waste any time, detective.
Yeah, you're right.
Actores de
Let's
alto
go get your
calibre, ¿eh?
uncle, Miss Hartwood.
Vale, esto ya gameplay.
Transports you into the dark alleyways and into the night.
I mean, it's always trying to create a mystery, right? It's something that is more than just jump scares.
Vale, vamos a controlar a los dos.
Demanding puzzles and a lot of atmosphere.
It maintained some of that weirdness of the old games, but it had like an updated slickness to it that I liked as well.
You haven't seen a little girl by any chance, have you?
Bueno, y también habrá más actores
Well,
también
you would have known.
más o menos
if you
reconocibles,
did.
supongo.
We start our story much like the original. Jeremy Hartwood is haunted by the Dark Man, and he goes to a countryside hospital called Dorsetto in hope to find some help.
I need to get this letter to my niece. She would understand.
Jeremy sends a disturbing letter to Emily Hartwood, his niece, and it spooks her enough that she hires Detective Edward Carnby to find out what's going on.
Who are you?
Whoa, pardon me, excuse me. My name is Edward Carnby, private investigator. I hope you don't mind we let ourselves inside.
I do mind.
We knew early on that we had a character-driven story, so we needed to find some really good actors to make those characters come to
Para
life.
intentar que
I
imaginásemos mejor, ¿no?
knew of
Hostia.
past iterations of the game. I mean,
Hopper.
the video game world is something that I'm very interested in general, the horror game genre specifically.
Eso sí que lo dijo un
David
día, que me
has a
acuerdo.
really strong presence as an actor.
Le gustan
and
los juegos de
he's
terror.
able to make the funny moments really funny, but also the dramatic parts really intense.
Why the hell do I wake up hearing that damn voice? I know what it sounds like, but it's not what you think.
He's kind of a gruff detective, and he's like searching for something, and you know, he's hard-boiled, but he's got some humor to him and stuff like that. He's a bit of a trope or a type, And I like that, and I like the world and sort of how he's exploring this insanity amidst all this horror and stuff. I liked all those aspects.
Let me know if you find her. I'll be around.
Emily Hartwood has a closer connection to the plot, as she is Jeremy's niece, and therefore also suffers this strange affliction known as the Hartwood curse.
I love the mystery of the game. I love the picture of her. Like, there was so much about it that I was curious of. There's a lot of fear within her and a lot of speculation and curiosity and I guess dread, intrigue. Like, there's a lot about her that is kind of on edge.
10 years now. More even since he died. He died a hero.
Jodie's a fantastic actress, and she brings a lot of nuance to Emily as a character, and it really makes us sympathize with her.
Who's in here? Show yourself. Yes, there is the kind of scary element, but then she still has to go on a journey and discover different things, and there should still be room to breathe and have a funny moment or a sarcastic moment or a moment of discovery. So it's just trying to really kind of keep all those other beats alive amongst the kind of darkness of it all, I guess, is how I felt anyway.
Vale, aquí han explicado un poquito pues, cómo van a ser los personajes.
So we're
¿no?
bringing back both Emily and Edward as playable characters. And depending on who you play, you will get a different take on the same story. The people at your set will react differently to you depending on who you play. Even the story will be slightly different.
What are you doing sneaking around?
So you should definitely make sure to play the game twice.
Vale.
The way that we reimagined the game was basically looking
Esto
at the
hace que sea
original.
poco,
And it
o
feels
sea,
like
que sea
we've been
rejugable, ¿no?
cultivating a seed that was planted 30 years ago, and it has now grown into something even more dark, even more sinister.
I remember that with the first Alone in the Dark I made
1992,
in
el primero,
we were basically doing something that nobody had done before.
Que van a pasar 31
it was the
años.
first time that we could explore
Hostia,
a
chaval.
big mansion, fight monsters and solve difficult
Se nota,
puzzles all in real-time 3D.
La evolución de los juegos.
At the core is a haunted mansion. That's the most important part. It's Derceto, I would say. Feeling that you're trapped inside a kind of small space.
Yeah. I used to say back in the old days that it was another character.
Yeah, for sure.
Ahora tenemos al creador, ¿vale?
With
Del
all the
juego original.
remakes going on today, you are never sure what you get at the end. I think that Michael and the team at Pieces did a great job preserving the core feeling of the game. They even went further than everything I could expect 30 years ago.
It's really an honor to sort of be a part of the franchise in that sense, because it is such a, again, it can't be overstated. It's so special. It was such a new experience. As a fan of the original, I wanted to bring as much as I could into our version. And they might have slightly different meaning and different reasons to be there, but if you know the old games, you will find a ton of references.
Do I know you from somewhere?
I remember you, Mr. Conby.
I feel the franchise is in good hands now, and I can't wait to play the full game.
To give you a taste of what the full game will be, we also created a prologue, and it features a character from the game called Grace Saunders, who is a little girl, and you play as her walking around Derceto and trying to post a letter. The prologue is the first glimpse into the atmosphere and the mood, and of course the story of the full game. So if you want to have a look, go and download it right now.
They're so creepy.
Vale, ya se puede descargar este prólogo. Vale, estamos ya. Se nota que es la recta final ya.
Our
Los
combat
pichejos.
is intense and tough, and you will need to use every bullet you can find. And if you run out of bullets,
I'm out of bullets.
you might need to get in close and hit them with a melee weapon. Or if you're lucky, you can find something to throw. As mentioned before, your job is to find out what happened to Jeremy Hartwood. And to do that, you will need to visit some unexpected places. And to get to those places, you will need to find clues and solve some interesting puzzles. Depending how much you feel like a detective yourself, you can choose how much you want the game to help you find clues and where to go next.
Me recuerdan a eso, vamos.
So the biggest creative focus for me has for a long time been to reach something beyond the mundane, something spiritual. Mike, the director, and I, we spent a lot of time trying to figure out what musical direction we wanted to take with this project. And
bueno, no la recta final del vídeo, pero
decided to go for this kind of dark or doom jazz direction. Our minds went directly to Jason, who is a master in this genre.
It's a very visual genre of music. The fact that it's inspired
no sé si dirán lo de que está ambientado el juego en los años 20, pero el tema de la música y todo eso es importante en esas cosas. El vestuario, los aspectos técnicos.
And volcano of reverb with drums and screaming saxophones. To this explosion of hair rising horror and big chaos.
As the players drawn deeper into the game world, they will face off with the sinister presence known as the Dark Man.
The Dark Man isn't real, Jeremy. There is nothing he can do to hurt you.
How do you think any of this is happening? How do you still not trust my words?
Fine. Then let me help.
Don't be foolish. He will bury you next to me in his sunken temple for an eternity.
Real or not, something is definitely corrupting the mind of Jeremy Hartwood. Something very, very dangerous.
Lo dejan ahí. Qué cabrones. Ah, sí que sí. Va a ver si hay algo más, pero... Vale, ya se puede salvar el juego. Vale. Gameplay capturado en PC. No todo va a aparecer en el juego final. Vale, pues nada. Hemos visto este gameplay del remake del primer Alone in the Dark, del original. Y pues al final, lo he dicho, lo más importante, justamente lo he mencionado antes de comenzar la reacción. Aunque bueno, luego hemos visto, esto ha sido una especie de reportaje realmente, ¿no? Del juego en sí, de los personajes, ¿no? Del tono, bueno, explicando un poquito el contexto, ¿no? Del juego en sí, de las cosas nuevas que quieren traer también, ¿no? Obviamente eso lo tienen que lucir, ¿no? Lo tienen que explicar. Y pues han metido también en apartados técnicos, ¿no? Como la banda sonora y todo eso, ¿no? Y bueno, pues lo he dicho, más destacado ha sido lo de la fecha de lanzamiento, que voy a coger el frame. Aquí lo tenemos, bueno, aquí lo he dicho, aquí lo han confirmado la fecha, que es el 25 de octubre de este año, y va a estar disponible para Play 5, Xbox Series y PC. Yo no sé si es intergeneracional. Déjame mirarlo un momento. Vale, por lo que esto no es intergeneracional, así que pues va a ser exclusivo, entre comillas, para consolas de actual generación, o sea, para Play 5, Xbox Series, y luego tendrá su versión para PC. En este caso, pues no sé si estará, me imagino que estará en Steam y Epic Games Store. No sé si tienen algún contrato exclusivo, eso sí que no lo sé. O sea que en este caso, si no está en una, está en otra, así que lo sepáis. Y luego tenemos a Jodie Comer como Emily Hartwood, así que también va a ser bastante importante, ¿no? Porque en este caso están en esa investigación, ¿no? En esa misión de buscar a Jeremy, que es el tío de Emily, como ya hemos visto. Y ahí pues se van a enfrentar, pues obviamente a muchas criaturas, ¿no? Y a ese mundo paranormal, digamos, ¿no? Que hay dentro de la casa, digamos. O bueno, de la casa, del pueblo en general. Y por último, al hombre oscuro, ¿no? Como ya nos han presentado. Así que pues nada, dejadme en los comentarios qué opináis sobre el vídeo general que hemos visto, ¿no? O sea, la parte de gameplay, lo que han explicado un poco y el resto de cosas, ¿no? Sobre todo lo que hemos visto aquí. Y pues si os ha gustado la reacción, dejar un buen like, suscribiros al canal si no lo estáis, activar la campanita de notificaciones y en la descripción os dejaré como siempre mis redes sociales y la lista de reproducción con los tipos de vídeos que tengo en el canal. Muchas gracias por vuestro apoyo. Hasta la próxima.